Hello and welcome to Stamping with Aimee. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Stamping with Susan and Julie. It's Sunday, July 2nd. Sunday, July 2nd. And we are, yes.
We're together!
Yes, we're together. So we're stamping with, no, okay, sorry. Which way is it? So it's, we've got Julie and Susan and Aimee.
Oh, we're so happy you're here with us today. I had a huge surprise when Julie called me, and she was talking at her phone. The phone was pretty close to her, and all of a sudden she kind of turned the camera, and they were outside of our house. So they surprised me and came with two of Julie's daughters and Aimee's daughter, and it's been I could hardly talk. It was so exciting. And so we thought, well, we can film together. So here we all are. Yay! Julie Davison, Susan LaCroix, Aimee LaCroix Slocum. We're here.
This does not happen often enough where we get together and stamp, and so it was kind of fun to do this and to make some cards today. And I'm really excited about the products that we're going to share today. It is brand new stuff that hasn't even been released yet, and we had some fun playing around this afternoon and can't wait to share what we made with you.
Well, let's get started.
I think we should.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's take a look at the product that we're going to use today. Stampin' Up! Is going to be releasing, as we've been talking about, a new collection of online exclusive product that will be available until July 6th. That will be available, not until, it will be available beginning July 6th. And the QR code that they've developed is the same one that they used with the first release of online exclusive, so they're keeping that the same. So if you click on this, you'll see the current online exclusives, and then on July 6th, if you click on this again, you'll see all of the new product as well. Now, we had some sneak peek of a punch truck, so that is, I'm excited about that, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really popular.
I do too. So here's my advice: if you see it on July 6th and you want it, you better order it, because I have a feeling it's going to become unavailable very quickly. Now, hopefully they will reorder if it does go unavailable, but I'm telling you, I can't wait to see what goes with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me just flip this over and show you the one horse open sleigh suite that we were able to order in the month of June as demonstrators. And I will go into this in a little more detail. So that was the one thing that we could order. The other thing we could order was this timeless charm bundle. That is a flower set with coordinating dies. So those are the two that we know of that will be available on July 6th. So we will we'll let you know then, or you can click and see it yourself. All right, let's get into this. All right, stamp set, horse and sleigh. So this is like at 80% of the actual size. So there's a couple trees and some greetings and a little bunny and the bunny paw prints. At least that's what I think they are. But let me open this up because I want to show you this is the actual size of the stamp set. So this will fit on a landscape positioned card, not a portrait. And so then you've got the trees, the bunny, and the nice greetings, and just some fun little elements to go with it. The dies will cut out pretty much everything plus a few additional things. So here's the horse and sleigh. It has an extra sleigh runner that you could die cut out in a metallic. It's got the two trees that you can stamp and an additional one if you want that. Here's our bunny and some mounds of snow. So those are the dies. But the star of the show, I think, is this paper. So it is a pack of 48. There's 12 different designs, so you get 4 sheets of each design. And I will try to go through them quickly. These are hand painted by the artists at Stampin' Up, I believe. So I don't know, they're just gorgeous. So there's this guy.
I've been calling them like storybook illustrations. They're very
Yeah.
just gorgeously drawn. And I don't know if they're hand drawn or painted, if they're done digitally, but
Oh, really? Okay.
either way, they were created by Stampin' Up! Artists.
Oh, yeah.
And
They're brilliant.
amazing.
They truly are. Look at this guy. Oh. Each one is prettier than the next. And really, you know, we say often that we should let the designer series paper do the work. And this paper is a prime example of that. Because really, what will it take? Throw a greeting in here, a ribbon, some rhinestones or whatever, and you got a card. I mean, it's just stunning. So you got different times of day, just different colorings, just, you know, look at this cute little deer. Ah, that's adorable. And this one, just kind of a field. I'm just kind of getting this all messed up.
They're almost too pretty to use. Like, it's hard to cut them up.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
so
that's
gorgeous.
true. Look at this perspective. Isn't that different? You're looking from the top down on the snow through the birch trees. Or beech trees. I'm not sure what they are.
That's why you buy 2 packs, though, is so you can cut one up.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go.
The other one.
That's very true, Amy. So then there's this guy. And this one, look at this. And I can't decide if this is sunrise or sunset. But it's got some lemon lolly in there. And it's got, I'm not sure what this pink is. It could be, I don't know. But it's just, oh, just gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks like pale papaya, but we don't have pale papaya
No,
anymore.
you're right. You're right.
Maybe like a light calypso coral.
Oh, maybe. It just, I need to show you the back sides of these twos because they're just nice and neutral and Christmassy with the reds and the greens and the crumb cakes. I mean, it's just, you know, crosshatch and
Yeah, I love how versatile it is. Like, totally for Christmas, but
Oh,
also
yeah.
just for any
wintry
Yeah.
card that you want.
well,
Look at
any
this
occasion
one.
with some of these neutrals. Like, you could use those on a masculine card.
Oh, you
anytime of year.
absolutely could. Look at this
I love this one for
beautiful.
like a beach card.
Oh, yeah. Look at the wood grain in this one. Love it, love it. And here's another kind of wood, a lighter wood grain, and some stripes, and some lines of polka dots, and this fun texture. So this paper, oh, I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. I love it. And then just is the crowning glory to this are these beautiful snowflakes. Look at these. They come in white, copper, and gold, and you get 3 different sizes. So there's 2 sheets in each package. So you've got 1 sheet of just large snowflakes, and then another sheet with medium. Oh, I just dislodged that guy. Oh, well, it can stay there. So medium, and then some small snowflakes. So, wow, isn't that gorgeous? All right. Well, I think we're ready to do some stamping now.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my goodness, just like Mom said, this gorgeous paper can stand alone on its own. It is just so beautiful. And so I've cut a piece for my card base today, and I'm actually going to make a shaker card. So I took, with my designer paper, I did just like a 4 by 5 1/4. I think I actually made it just a touch smaller than that. And I used the deckled, oh, that's funny. This is in the wrong container. I used the deckled rectangle dies to die cut. I think this was like the 4th largest. And I die cut the designer paper. So I just die cut the center. And so I'm going to start by adding that centerpiece down to the card base. And I'm just using the regular Stampin' Seal for this. And so I'm going to, without any adhesive on it, I'm going to just center this on the card front and then take the centerpiece and line it up and adhere it to the card. So right now the frame is not added. We just have that centerpiece. And then this is going to have the foam adhesive strips. And so we're going to create and build our shaker card. So before we do that, I'm going to add a piece of acetate to the back. This is just slightly smaller than the designer paper itself. So I'm going to add some regular adhesive around the edge of that designer paper frame. And put the window sheet on top. And I don't know if it matters. I almost feel like I should use my embossing buddy
Yeah.
to get rid of some of
You're
the
watching you. So don't forget. Sorry.
to get rid of some of that extra sticky. And actually, it's not a bad idea inside your shaker frame to use that embossing buddy so that your shaker elements don't get all cut up and sticky. So we are going to use those foam adhesive strips, and they come like this in these long strips, and so you can use your paper snips to cut them. So we're gonna take one, and we are just gonna go all the way around the outline of the designer paper piece that we have. So just trim and keep going. And we're kind of gonna create like a well for our shaker elements and build it up this way. This is going to require some non-machinable postage. So if you make a shaker card like this, I mean, honestly, I think any shaker card probably needs non-machinable postage. With whatever shaker element you have in there. That is not flat. And then one last piece to go in the center here. So just framing out that, that center part. Put that on there and use it later. Okay. And so the frame is then going to go over the top and stick to the foam adhesive sheets. But before we do that, I am going to add some shaker elements. I'm using the loose silver sequins. These are actually in the annual catalog, and they include sort of these like translucent and silver snowflakes, but don't they look like snow? I just thought this is so perfect.
It is very perfect.
So I'm just gonna add a little smattering right in the center, and you want to make sure that it's not coming over the edges. And then we're just going to take off those strips on the adhesive. I should have really gone over it with a bone folder and make sure those strips kind of are sticking really good to the card base. Well, I've already taken it off now. It'll be fine. All right, and so then you're gonna take your frame and you wanna make sure that it's matching, the picture, and you're gonna put it right over the edge. And I have a piece that is something sticking up. Well, I think it's mostly centered. But I love how it just kind of like, the picture just sort of keeps going, and it looks like it's all one piece. So that's the shaker part. And then I have stamped and die cut a tree, and then die cut a tree. So this is then Lost Lagoon, which is the card base. And then I've got the gray granite for the die cut tree. So I'm just going to put these down with some regular adhesive.
I love the colors.
Yeah, and I just picked the colors right from the designer paper. So we've got the Lost Lagoon in here. We've got some of the gray granite trees, and then some early espresso is what I'm going to use for the sentiment. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to our die cut tree and stick that down, kind of overlapping a little bit. It's really meant to just sort of contribute to the background and not compete with it there. And then this is going to go on the inside. Now we cut from the same stack of we pulled from the same stack of white. That's okay. While Mom's doing that, I'm going to stamp the sentiment, which says, "Wishing you a season of cheer," which comes from the One Horse Open Sleigh stamp set. Or what is it? Sleigh Ride? What's the name of it? Horse and Sleigh. I think One Horse Open Sleigh is the designer paper, and the Horse and Sleigh is the stamp set bundle. Okay, so I did something kind of fun with my sample, but I don't think that I cut this one big enough or didn't stamp in the center, so I'm not sure. Maybe we'll just do one side. This is the inked and tiled punch, and so I'm going to just feed one end in to get that pointed end and kind of a decorative edge to our sentiment. And we'll see, I don't know if I have room to do this on the other side. It's kind of tight. Actually, maybe it's okay. So I just kind of wanted to add a little something different so that it wasn't just straight across.
Oh
I know.
Forget about doing that.
And so this is going to go across the card here with some Stampin' Dimensionals because we have those other elements on there. So just kind of a simple way. And really, if you look at all of your punches, you know, there's so many punches that you can do that with and kind of just create just an edge on your punch out of your sentiment. So that's going to go down here across the bottom. Then we have this one that is stamped with Lost Lagoon and gray granite to go inside. But we're not done with our card because, of course, even though we got some bling inside our shaker, we need some bling on the outside too. So I'm going to bring in those awesome adhesive backed snowflakes, and I'm going to add, okay, pull it out of the package first. I just trying to grab it right through the plastic. That's not going to work. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to add 3 in the corner here, and I'm just doing one of each size. And
I love it.
Just to kind of like, you know, like sort of have this flow of the design. So there's my shaker card. Wishing you a season of cheer. I really love this suite. It is just so beautiful. I do have a few more samples to share with you. I made up some cards when I shared this suite during a team meeting last month. And so I've got this one here that I made with the little rabbit. I did him in the Night of Navy and just did a little tear on the gray granite cardstock there and used the gold snowflakes. And then I did this one. I was having a hard time figuring out how to handle what to do with this designer paper that has the different perspective. And so I just kind of cut 2 squares and then layered them. And I did the same technique here with the Happy New Year. And let me show you the stamp set really quick, because this was a stamp set, or a stamp in the set. It says, and a Happy New Year. And so when I inked up this card, I wanted to have Happy New Year on the front. So I just did some strategic inking and blocked the and so that it only said Happy New Year. And so I've just got that single sentiment on the front. In fact, I think most of the samples I made ahead of time don't have anything on the inside. And then here's one that I copied from one of the samples that Stampin' Up! Shared. And I didn't even notice this until Sarah pointed it out in a Facebook Live, this embossing around the edge. So I just took the Versamark ink pad and I just kind of like put it directly to the paper, and then I used the brush to kind of brush off so there weren't any harsh lines, and I added the white embossing powder all the way around so it kind of looks like that frosted window kind of look. And there's that one horse open sleigh, and then I used some of the snowflakes up there as well. And my last card, I kind of went crazy. This one, actually, this was the Stamp-Along project, yes, Mom, that you led. So in that meeting with the Impeccable Stampers, Mom did this fun, I don't know what you call it. Like, it's just got,
I don't know.
like all the layers.
Off of a swap I got on the
Yeah. So I just used some of this new designer paper, and I have the white die cut tree and the sentiment. The sentiments come from the Perched in a Tree stamp set with the bird. And then I just added, again, some snowflakes and Let Heaven and Nature Sing. If you look closely, you'll notice it's very crooked. but I stamped on designer paper, so I just used some snowflakes to balance it out. Oh my gosh. I just love this designer paper. And I cannot wait to see what you both made with it, because I think I'm gonna just love it even more and have to case it. So let's turn the camera over to Aimee and let her share next.
Okay, so I went through the paper and it's all gorgeous. I loved it all. I didn't know what to do at first, but flipping over and looking at kind of the B side, I really loved this paper here. It's the other side of the house, the one that looks like Susan's parents' house, or my mom's house. Yes, this one. Here you go. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, this one.
I don't think we talked about that when Mom was showing the paper.
Oh,
That was in a video that got cut, but no, that's okay. You can say it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Noni's house.
This was up north, Mom's parents, and Noni and Grandpa's house up north. So I really love the other side. It's very just, to me, it was like this earthy, 70s kind of earth tone look. So I decided to go ahead and take the twiggy branch tree. And of course, having that white look, really, it'll stand out, as well as kind of think of that Christmas, but at the same time, the colors are kind of autumn. So it's a non-Christmas, I don't know. I'll show you. So I used Versamark to emboss, and we'll first use I should probably get rid of the card base. Hey. Okay, so we use the resin bag? Powder bag?
Embossing
powder. Embossing buddy. Oh my gosh. Okay. And put some down to make it a little less mess. Use the Versamark, the sticky Versamark ink, to stamp down the tree onto this beautiful, gorgeous paper. And we'll use the tray with the white embossing powder.
So the tray and the tweezers and the brush all come in the Embossings Edition toolkit, which I just love.
Yeah, it is great and amazing. All right, so do the embossing powder here. Shake it off. The nice thing too is that with this tray, you just open the lid and kind of pour it in back into the kind of mess-free-ish. So then we'll heat emboss it. So we'll use the magic of video. And all of a sudden they're done. What?
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. So that is, we'll fix that later. Okay, so I did that 3 times to kind of make, on this pecan pie card base, to kind of make a, what do they call those, the tri-tech or something? Oh, I can't even think.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly that. So with a mossy meadow mat on each tree, I glued them down, kind of centered, or evenly measured them out, and we'll just pretend they're glued down, because pretend is fun sometimes. And I used the trim, this wavy trim, and this will be available starting July 10th, correct? Back in stock?
I think so, yeah. It's part of the Earth and Elegance suite, and it temporarily sold out right now, but it is due back. I think you said, what,
The
July
week
10th?
of, the week of the 10th?
Coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon. Coming soon. So I just thought this trim just looked perfect with the trees and kind of that earthy elements, right?
Yes.
All right, and so
So are your colors too.
I know, I love them. It's my vibe.
What's the best way to put that ribbon down?
I know that glue dots work well. I did glue. Just because I know that sometimes the little fibers with glue dots can kind of almost like make the adhesive, less sticky. It kind of takes some of that adhesive away. So I did do, I just kind of, on my card, which I will share shortly, I just kind of did like a line of dots kind of along the way, and then I just I stuck it in there, and it really stuck quite well, and then I left it there. I stamped hello, again, another hello card, and that's okay, from Layering Leaves. I chose that hello, stamped it on crumb cake, and I used the this label from Cheerful Daisies to cut it out and kind of put it up. And then I decided to use, so instead of the snowflakes, to kind of make this a non-seasonal card, I use the Neutrals Adhesive Backed Sequins, which has very similar colors, but then it kind of just shares kind of similar tones. So I used those and added a few seasons, and this is my final card.
Ooh.
Oh, Aimee, I love it.
So
That really would be perfect. I feel like you could set that any time of year.
You bet.
and it is also kind of masculine in a way too. Even the sequins doesn't make it too masculine. I feel like it kind of gives another element, but not feminize it. So
Yeah.
yeah, and so this is my final card. Kind of a Christmassy card, but still using some of that paper and stamps.
Yes. Fabulous.
And I
Just
guess
like you.
I will. Thank you. I guess I'll share what I was kind of working on and ran out of time. I loved this paper. It's just so warm and inviting. I don't know. So I started kind of coloring the sleigh, and I also wanted to see how I could use this in a portrait style card instead of a like mini slimline or landscape card. So at first I kind of cut the horse off, and then I finished coloring him. So I think I'm going to kind of have it so it's laying open like this, but I'll have to like score the section so that it'll fold up nicely. But basically,
I just had an idea.
you could cut it apart.
Oh.
So that the horse is separate and he's over here and the sleigh is over here, like the horse ran away. Oh,
And the lines are just like flopping.
that's not very warm and inviting. So that's kind of my idea, though. I was still kind of playing with it before we started filming, so we'll see how the end result goes.
I like where it's going.
So anyway, that's kind of the idea, was that it'll be open. So I mean, you'll only see part of it, but you can kind of have a. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But it's kind of the idea, and I don't know. I just colored however I decided things were just going to be color blobs and make it basic, so that I had to figure out whatever this blanket or a side of a sled or a bag full of presents or an acorn. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm going with this one. Kind of, being able to still use that paper and still kind of using some of the more holiday elements. And then I would have like maybe little snowflakes too to use those amazing snowflake.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Amy. That's beautiful. You always come up with the best ideas.
My mind is crazy.
Awesome. Well, let's flip the camera and see what Mom's got to share with us.
All right, so before I get started, let me just share some samples that we're doing. We did this at a team meeting. This is also a Hostess Club card, and I transferred a little dot of writing, so just ignore that. So this is, I stamped the horse and buggy. It's one stamp set in a memento, and then used blends to do some coloring. It's a little tricky around here trying to figure it out. I actually think that is a blanket. I was thinking at first it was the other side of the sleigh, but I don't think so now. And I just stamped the greeting up here. And again, I die cut an extra,
Oh, I like that.
I don't even know what it's called, blade or whatever. Yep. And then, so it's wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year. Then the other one I did and was just doing kind of a black silhouette. And I realized after I did it, it's the same card base. But that's okay, because I was going for more of a nighttime scene. So when I trimmed this down, I trimmed it so that I had more of the night sky showing. And I cut off some of the field. And here it's more of a daytime. Anyway, that was the look.
Interesting. Just that little
Yeah.
little change.
So I embossed in black, sending warmth your way, and just stamped a little tree on the inside. And so I used white snowflakes here, and I put some gold ones on here, just to kind of show you the difference. So those are the two samples that I did. So for this card, I'm not using the horse's sleigh after I've shown you that. So my card base, and I don't have measurements, I'm sorry, but it's our standard 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. We'll have the measurements in there. And then my inside piece, which is maybe too big.
I think so. That
It
whole stack is
is.
too
Oh,
big.
shoot.
I'll
So
cut
I'll
it for
trim
you.
that. Oh, thanks, Julie. Then I'll work on this piece. So I chose this piece of designer series paper to use. And my orientation is going to be portrait and not landscape. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. Thanks, Julie. Before I trim it, I'm going to do some stamping. And I'm going to stamp this tree. And I actually, when I was working on this card, I actually die cut on a separate piece of paper, stamped and die cut it, but I didn't like it. So I'm going to just stamp right on the designer series paper. And I know some people are like aghast. Oh, yeah, there it is, Julie, thanks. So, oh my gosh, you're going to stamp on this beautiful designer series paper. Yes, I am.
I like the stamping on it because then there's not that stark white background. It looks like
Yeah.
it blends in, like it's really there.
Yep, and that was the whole point. So I'm going to go off just a little bit. And I'm going to stamp.
I like the look. It's just scary because if you
Oh.
mess up, you can't just turn it over.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I need a blender pen.
Okay.
So thank you. And I'm going to ink it up again. Stamp another tree.
Where is your grid paper?
My what?
Your grid paper.
Oh, it's floating around. I'm getting ink all over, aren't I?
You are. I'm going to be like a little kid wiping or mom wiping a little kid's face. Come here, let me get that for you.
All right, and I'm going to do one more, and I'll show you why later when I trim. And I'm going to put one right over on this side. And I'm going to come up so Julie doesn't have to.
I got my thumb ready.
Oh, look what I did.
Oh, no. Well.
I'll find a white.
Actually, if you have a wet
Chamois?
chamois, I'll just clean my hand that way.
I don't know where the wet chamois is.
I think she's got it.
I think I have it. Excuse me while I clean the ink off my hand. Oh boy. Yeah, it's really on there. But at least I won't transfer it, I hope. Oh, thank you, Julie.
That darn open ink pad.
I'm down.
Those are ink pads.
You're making me nervous.
So nervous. You sure you got it all off both hands?
I didn't have any on this one.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to do is take a blender pen, and I'm just going to kind of very quickly.
Oh.
I'm going to just kind of blend
Yes.
some of these leaves.
Nice.
I love that.
So you don't fuss over it, really, seriously, just a little bit, because then it kind
Softens it
of
up.
softens. Exactly, Amy. It softens up the look. Oh, and look how I stamped that.
I noticed.
That is an accident. Oops, I didn't
right
want
on
it in
the
there.
trunk,
Why?
yeah.
I know, it's like, what am I doing? So anyway, yes, we'll fix that. So again, just a real quick run through this stuff over here. Okay. And I'm going to take one of our, I don't know, they're the new
Oh, the
tones,
naturals.
the naturals. And so I've got the 300. And this is going to be my tree trunk.
You're so good about using yours. I always forget about them. They're in a different section than my other
Wow.
Stampin' Blends, and so
See, and I
just never
keep them
think
right
about
with
it.
my other blends to kind of remind me. So this is going to be kind of an interesting look. Anyway, that's okay. And I just wanted to give the trunk a little color. I tried early espresso because that's one of the colors in the paper, but it was just way too dark.
This one is perfect.
I think so. All right. So now we have to. Well, I already did my greeting, by the way, and I'm not using Christmas. I'm using hello, because really this paper can be, for anything, right?
Amy's hello too. I'm gonna be the only one without a hello card.
Uh-oh. Well, hurry.
I didn't even think about all of that.
Okay. So what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to start trimming this down.
It just looks
Bring
like the
out
paper
our
was made that way.
trusty designer series paper. And you could use this whole sheet if you wanted to do, just trim off just a little bit and do like a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 card and have yourself a 6 by 6 thing. Okay. So I want, obviously I'm going to want 4 inches. So that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to cut 4 inches off here. I do believe that's what I want to do. All right.
I guess you didn't need that other tree.
Pardon? Oh, but I'm going to use it.
Oh.
I'm going to use it.
There's more.
That's right. But wait, there's more. So I really want to trim this down to about an inch, maybe an inch. That might be too much. No, that's going to be good. And then I'm going to trim this down to 5 1/4 inches. And then I'm going to adhere it. I'm not quite done
Hold
with
on, you're
this.
not done. So you're not done with that yet.
No, I'm not. So I'm going to put this on the inside of my card. Oh my, this one might be.
It's out, I think.
Is it out? Oh, but maybe another little squeaky thing. We'll
Oh,
get
I
rid of
saw
that.
red.
Yep, there's red there. All right, so I'm going to put this on the edge of my inside piece.
Clever, clever.
And there's still room to write a note to your loved one. And then we're going to go ahead and put that on the inside.
And if you don't want to write a lot, then just keep more of the paper on it.
Yes. Yes, you could do that. All right, so I'm going to stick this on here.
I'm going to send you a card now that's like mostly paper on the inside.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it this way. So do I want it down here or do I want it up here? And I am going to do a little bit of both.
Yeah, I was leaning that way too.
Yep, so I'm going to take off. So normally I would want a 5 1/4 inch. So I'm going to basically take off. Okay, so normally, what have I
So
got on here? Oh, there's a piece of adhesive. So normally I would want it at 5 1/4, right? So I'm just going to go into 5 1/8 on this side. And 5 1/8. Oh, did I do that already wrong? I did. Well, that's not what I wanted, but that's what we're getting.
that's what it done. Boom.
Yep. All right. So I'm not quite done stamping. So I want to take my little bunny
Aww.
and stamp him maybe around here. He's running away from me. And again, I'm going to take my blender and just kind of pull some of that color in towards his little body.
I always forget about those blender pens.
Yeah, and actually I want him a
The
little bit
blender
darker. So I'm just going to add a little more gray to him. And then I'm going to take his footprints, or hers, and we're going to add some of his footprints here. So that we have our little bunny and our trees. Let me close this before I get
Is his name Fufu?
Fufu. I had a pet bunny when I was a kid, and its name was Powder Puff because I
Aw.
thought it was a girl.
Oh.
It wasn't.
When did you figure that out?
I was playing with him. I used to put him on a leash and take him for a walk.
What?
Oh yeah,
You used to walk your bunny?
I did. And I'll tell you what, cats and dogs, that rabbit leapt up in my arms.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Can't
anyway,
imagine
I
a
was
rabbit
playing with him and I was rubbing his belly, and all of a sudden there was something that I didn't know what it was, and I started screaming. Now keep in mind I'm like 10 years old. And my dad came running out. He said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "What is this? He's got a tumor." And my dad said, "No, Puff is a boy." Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
funny.
Yep. And my mother came running out, and my dad said, "It's okay, Gloria. Powder Puff's a boy." "What?" she said. All right, so we're going to put our greeting on. And I use this from, I can't remember the stamp set now. It's over on the other side of the table, Amy. What's that stamp set right in front of you?
Layering leaves?
Nope.
That's mine. Wait, what? No.
It was.
Wait, what?
What? Huh?
I don't see it, Mom.
It's okay.
The darling
Oh,
detail?
There it is.
No, it's
Nope.
artistically inked.
Artistically inked.
Yes.
Okay. So now the question is where to put this. Ta-da, 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 ta-da,
I
ta-da.
put it in the trees.
Seriously?
They're all trees.
Like right here. There we go. Boom. All right. And now we need our snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's use, I have not used copper yet, so I'm going to use
that'd be
copper. So where is my, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you very much. All right. So let us put a medium guy. Oh, I don't like this guy. Excuse me while I flip this over.
And this is the take your pick tool if you're, uh-oh.
Yes, it is. And there's a new attachment for it,
Yes.
which I have. I got to figure out where I put it.
I ordered it. I know exactly where it is on my floor. I just haven't opened and used it yet.
Okay.
I forgot about it for a while because it wasn't available when the catalog first launched.
That's right.
And so then when I did order it, I just, like I said, I just haven't had a chance to get it out and play yet.
Okay, and let's put this guy over here.
Oh, I love it.
Kind of hidden in there. All right, so that is the my card with the inside. Oh, you know what? Let's put a snowflake in there. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Let's put him right up here.
Aw, that's sweet.
There. So there it is. This is the sample that I did before. So you can see I just used kind of all, a little bit different piece of it. I stamped these over a little bit. And I don't know why I did that, but I did. So anyway, I'll let Julie take her pick, which one she wants.
I love it. Ooh, I don't know. They're both the same.
Okay, you can take one. That's fine. Do we have the cap for this? I'll just stick it here for now.
Well, let's flip the camera around and we'll show off all our projects together.
So here they are, our projects. Oh, this was so
Yours
much
looks
fun.
bigger.
It does. Well, yours looks bigger. Oh, now Aimee. No. Sorry about that. We're just having fun. So
we did have fun with this.
We
I
did.
really loved making all of these cards.
I did too. It was great.
We hope that you enjoyed the project ideas that we shared. The one horse open sleigh suite will be available starting July 6th. So in just a few days, you'll be able to order all the designer paper and the stamps and the beautiful snowflakes. And I can't wait to see what else is going to be available.
Oh, yeah.
And bonus days.
Bonus days.
About bonus days.
Okay, go. You're on.
So bonus days is starting on July 6th. This is something that we've had in the past, so you might remember. For every $50 that you order in July, you'll get a $5 coupon that you can use in August. So if you get the whole one horse open sleigh suite, you'll get a $5 coupon on email. You're going to hang on to that. And then next month, you'll be able to redeem your coupon or all your coupons, no limit on any order between August 1st and 31st.
Absolutely. What fun.
Yes.
I love bonus days.
I do too.
So, yes. So, we're winding up here. It is almost the 4th of July. We hope that all of you have a wonderful 4th. And I want to thank Aimee for joining us today. She didn't know. Of course, I didn't know. So, yeah. But it turned out okay. So,
It's fun.
until next Sunday stamping with Susan and Julie, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, Mom. Love you.
Love you too, Jay. Love you, A.